Okay. So this is an app-assisted game. You need the app. The app does a lot of things, and you're going to scan QR codes and stuff with it. Okay, so you can put this stuff out on the board. Just put it all out. It's the 19th century. You are a group of gifted children from all around the world given a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to take part in the scientific expedition led by a well-known biology professor. We don't know anything, Steve. That's the whole point. He takes you on a cruise to Toriki, a semi-legendary remote tropical island that is said to be home to various plants and animals that can be found anywhere else in the world. Can't be found anywhere else in the world. No scientist has ever visited it, and all information about its flora and fauna are based on accounts from sailors who once ventured into these remote waters, and whose credibility is much disputed. The most valuable source are the illustrations in the wildlife catalog purchased by the professor in one of London's second-hand bookstores. After several weeks at sea, we were at several weeks at sea and adventurous. We got caught in a terrible storm. Our ship crashed on underwater rocks, and you, using that last of your strength, swam to shore. Here's where your adventure begins. 2 players. I know my name doesn't have 2 E's. James. I will be
2, 3,
yellow.
2, 3, 4.
Steve. What color do you want?
What color do I got?
Black, red, and white.
I'll be red.
It's in there. We need red and yellow. The sun is still hidden behind the horizon, but the first light of dawn, you are able to finally see the place where the night storm had brought you. You are on a tropical beach with a vast ocean to the south, vast ocean to the south. Tropical beach, jagged peaks of rocks to the west, and a dense wall of vegetation to the north and east. Tired, hungry, and terrified about your situation. Place map module 1 on the table and put all your meeples on location 1. They're waving hello. So this game was published before we weren't allowed to say meeple anymore. The professor is sitting on the sand and a grim smile on his face. Looks like we finally reached our destination, he says. This must be Toriki. There are no other islands in this part of the ocean. Bad news is it's uninhabited and rarely visited by ships, so we are here on our own. The professor tries to get up, but it suddenly falls back onto the sand with a groan of pain. I've badly hurt my leg, he says. I'll have to stay here while you have a look around. This part of the beach seems like a good place for camping. Location 1 is now your main camp. That is the only place where you can craft new items or meet the professor to ask him for a hint about a mission. Any future improvements to the main camp made throughout the game will be marked on the camp board with special tokens. Now we need to secure your survival here. Continues the professor. First, you need to find at least 3 sources of food and build a shelter. Take card 1 and card 2 from the mission deck. That's these here. So we need our decks.
Oh, what's this?
We don't know what those are used for yet. Why is there 2 of these? We're going to need... Okay, so we don't need map 2 or 3 or 4 yet. Well, those can go back in the box. Okay, this is our diary. We're not opening it until instructed by the app.
Okay, this.
We need, we just need this board apparently. And we don't need this yet. And we don't need that yet. And we can keep those off to the side. And we need this still. This cardboard is very shiny. Hey Google, turn off the games room. Sorry if I'm activating anybody's Googles. There we go, that's better. That's the problem with shiny cardboard. And let's put this here. No, you can't see it either, no matter where I put it. So, Okay, so we need cards 1 and 2. This is upside down. 1 and 2. These are our missions. Find 3 different sources of food and build a hut. The good news is I managed to save my backpack from the ship. The professor takes out a knife, an axe, and a small shovel, and a telescope, and 4 cans of baked beans. Take a knife, card 1. Oh, these are also upside down. Take a knife, an axe, a telescope, and a shovel. That's all we have for now, says the professor. Go on, good luck. Distribute all possessed items and food tokens among the players in any way you all agree upon. And it says it's Steve's turn. Oh wait, how many food tokens did we start with?
4.
Did it tell me that?
Yeah.
You remember that? I forgot it. Okay, so this is the camp board.
And we have 4 tokens.
And this is the coin board. The game is divided into days. Each day consists of 3 rounds called morning, midday, and afternoon. During each round, each player takes 1 turn. The current day and time are shown in the bottom left corner of the screen. Items and food. Each item is unique. There's 1 copy of each item card. Food tokens. If we run out of food, we do not get more food. They are limited. We can do whatever we want on Toriki, but the missions are our guideline. So you're going to move your meeple to a different location on the map or decide to stay in the same location. Perform any desired actions available at your meeple's location. If you want to move more than 1 spot, you got to pay food for each spot. Then we will do what you want in the app. If you hit use an item, you're going to scan the item because that's going to tell it which item you're using. We can trade with other players and or with the main camp. You must be on the same location as the other player. Take from or give to the player any number of combination of item cards and food tokens, and the other player agrees to trade with the main camp. So do you want to go on a research for food, or do you want to go on a search for a hut? To build a hut?
So we distribute these between ourselves. So
yeah.
What do you want? Do you want knife, axe?
I have risotto pasta. Well, that's what I'm saying, because these kind of help with each type of thing, right? So do you want to go build a hut, or do you want to go find food?
I'll build a hut, so I'll take an axe.
Probably a shovel.
And a shovel.
Okay, so I'll take the knife and the telescope, and you're going to try and build a hut, and I'm going to try and think. Okay, so the app says it's your turn. It is recommended that you read the text in the app out loud so all players can get the information. Keep looking for visual clues both on the map and the wildlife catalog. At any time, you can press the menu button to browse your game history by pressing the action backwards button. Check if players took the correct components by pressing the cards button. See your achievement progress by pressing the trophy button. When instructed to take a specific token from the token board, put your finger into the hole and pull. That's the token board. Okay, where do you want to go? Enter the location number, Steve.
Okay, 6. 6.
And then you press, okay?
Okay.
Okay. You've denied permission to access your camera. Oh, oops. Please allow app to access your camera. Allow while using the app. There we go. Okay, there you go. Location 6. You're in a dense grove of shrubs with long, straight, woody stems and small leaves. You can use an item, or you can end your turn.
I'm going to use my axe.
Okay, so you click use an item, and then it's going to pop open the camera, and so you want to show that to the camera.
Oops. Touch and hold to scan. You got some nice straight sticks. Take sticks number 14 from the item deck.
You need to enunciate, mister.
You cut some nice straight sticks from the shrubs. Take sticks 14 from item deck.
Okay, so you get number 14.
Okay.
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 Okay, leave it on the table so people can see
All right.
what we're doing. Okay, so you don't have any other actions besides ending your turn, so you have to press end turn.
Okay. End turn? Yes. Okay.
Okay,
It's your turn,
so
Trent.
it's my turn. Where do I want to go? Well, we know from the thing that there was probably some... Let's see, I have a knife and a telescope. Can I kill the lizards? Kill the birds? Probably not. It doesn't look like I can go fishing. I don't really have a fishing pole. So these look like food, and these look like food. So let's head that way. So I don't want to spend the food yet. So we're just going to go with spot 4 first. Because Steve already went to 6. This part of the beach is almost completely empty. The sound of crashing waves mixes with the high-pitched squeaks of the orange-feathered birds flying over your head. As one of them sits on a nearby rock, you realize it's species 7 from the wildlife category. Time to name it. People can't see what you're doing. You have to keep it in here. So we found this. We can name that bird.
I think we should name it Brenda.
I don't think I have a pencil so that you can erase this, so I could resell it later, possibly.
Okay, so
Whatever, the bird is named Brenda. I'm going to use an item, and so I'm going to use the telescope from the beach and see what happens. Oh, touch and hold the skin. To the north, there's dense tropical vegetation, trees, shrubs, and a few plants with blue fruits. To the southeast, you notice a tiny creature running along the beach and then burying itself quickly in the sand. To the southeast. So there's a creature down here burying itself in the sand, but I don't have the shovel, you do, so we're not going to go that way. To the south, there's an ocean with many rocks jutting out of the water. In the distance, stuck on one of them, you can see the wreck of your ship. Not far from it, you notice a particularly tall rock with many white birds with red heads gathered there.
okay.
West of the rock, there's a torn sail caught between some rocks. The coastal waters are definitely worth exploring, but you haven't found a way to get there yet.
There's the birds you found.
Okay, I end my turn. Steve's turn.
Okay.
Oh, so that's probably the bird that's out there.
Yeah. What do you want to call that bird?
Oh, people can't see that bird. There we go. That's probably the bird that's out there. And we just found... We're allowed to look at this catalog, so we know that these are probably these. And we know that these are probably these.
Okay, sorry. Where are we?
This lizard's probably that lizard. It looks poisonous, actually.
Okay, so where are we going to move to? I'm going to move to 10.
And we just found this bird.
You are in a grove of peculiar plants. Their giant leaves look familiar. Yes, these plants are definitely species 01 from the wildlife catalog. You've confirmed this existence, and you should name it.
I don't know. Can we use those for a roof? They don't. They said they're giant leaves. These don't look that giant.
Oh, they're these things here. I see.
Yeah. But if you're going to build a hut, you might as well try and get some of them.
So I can go use an item. What item am I going to use? I'm going to use the axe again. Axe. Here's my axe.
You have to press and hold the inside part.
Here. You cut a couple of gigantic leaves. Take giant leaves from number 7 from your deck.
Giant leaves. Good. Does sound like we can build a hut.
Okay, so we got sticks and a giant leaf.
Okay, your turn is done. Okay, it's now midday. I'm going to move to space 9. The whole area is covered with small plants growing side by side. They look exactly like species 3 from the wildlife catalog. Will you give this plant a scientific name? Right away, or will you try to learn more about it first? Each plant bears a couple of blue, juicy fruits. Are they edible? There is only one way to find out. Let's try the fruits. You try some of the fruits and they taste great. 2 hours after eating them, you still feel fine. It looks like you can add them to your castaway diet. Take one food. Congratulations, you found a new source of food. Let's use a knife on them to see if I can take any of them with me. You cut down one plant and examine it. The leaves are tiny and the small twigs can't be considered a source of wood. They are no use to you. Okay. Steve's turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move in. I'm gonna move into that space, and I'm gonna dig up the plants because we know they have tubers, right?
Well, no, this was the one that was tubers. My space. This one doesn't have tubers. But yeah,
Yes,
this one.
I'm gonna move.
Oh,
into,
you're into my
I'm
space.
gonna
Okay,
move
yeah.
into the. So I'm gonna move into 9.
Okay.
Am I allowed to do that? What can I do?
Wait. Well, what does it say? Because I've already
The whole
discovered.
area is covered with small plants growing side by side. You already know the blue seed fruits are edible, so you may collect this food. Collect the fruits. I'm going to use an item. I'm going to use my shovel.
No, you have to press and hold. It would be nice if it just did it automatically. You need to get closer. And you're in a shadow. Look, shadow. Bring it up here. And you're not building a hut. And get closer. 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 There you go.
Sure. You dig up a few plants and find they have bulky, starchy roots. They are bitter but nutritious. Take one food. So,
You can put the phone back down.
All right, take one food. Okay.
Congratulations, you found a new
source of food.
Okay, so that's 2 sources of food so far. And you were going to collect the fruits. Take another food.
Do I take the?
You're taking another food because you're also collecting the fruits.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I need one more source of food.
I gotta move down here.
So I'm going to move to space 13. Nope. I know. You're surrounded by dense vegetation consisting mostly of waist-high bushes covered with red fruits. After a closer inspection, you recognize them as species 2. The red ripe fruits look tempting, but are they edible? There's only one way to find out.
They're the never wake up berries.
Try the red fruits. Just one tiny bite gives you serious breathing problems and makes you dizzy. You collapse onto the ground and vomit a couple hours past before you are able to walk again. Nausea and terrible headache torment you for the rest of the day. Well, good thing it's midday. At least now you know that the fruits contain an extremely strong poison. Maybe it could be of some use. Okay. We will collect some poison then. You collect a few poisonous fruits. Take poison from the item deck, number 16.
Have you ever seen the movie Blue Lagoon?
No.
Oh, because the captain tells them, don't eat the red berries. They're the never wake up berries.
Oh, but also red is dead. I'm also going to use the knife on this and see what happens. You cut down one plant and examine it. The leaves are tiny and small twigs can't be considered a source of wood. They are no use to you. Okay. End of the turn. Yes. Okay. The night falls over Toriki and you all come back to your main camp. Move all meeples to location 1. Oh, okay, cool. So we don't have to come back to camp. That's good. If you want to end your current game session, it's a good time. Would you like to save your game? No. So far, your group has found 2 sources of food. Not bad. Start, but you need more. As you didn't manage to build a hut, you spend the night sleeping on bare sand. You're lucky it's not raining. A new day begins. We need a fire, says the professor. Unfortunately, my matches got wet. So you have to find another way to start it. Here, take some tree bark and dry grass I collected as tinder yesterday. Take tinder from the item deck. Tinder!
But I have giant leaves.
Yeah, but you didn't build the hut yet.
Oh, when do we get to build the hut?
Take 3 from the mission deck. Now I think you can start a fire. Distribute all possessed items and food tokens among the players in any way that you agree upon. Okay, so if I need to find another source of food, I need to get up to here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 food.
Why don't you go here and dig up some crabs?
I don't think we can eat the crabs.
All right.
They look like friends, not food. Oh, why did the video freeze again? What the heck is going on here? Let me check if the App Store has an update. There is an update, so let's update it. See if that fixes it. Oh no, it already updated. It says recently updated.
Oh, I'm.
Okay, let's tell the phone not to sleep. Maybe that will help. Battery level. What is going on here? "18 minutes on screen." Oh no, it's been frozen for a while. I'm sorry, folks. Settings, general, about. How do I don't lock the screen? Display and brightness. Auto lock, never. Okay, so never auto lock. Everything on the app is closed. The app is open. Turn off the mic on it. Turn it again. There we go. Okay. We are visually back. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, I'm going to take one of your food in case I need to eat food because I'm going to spend all of it to get up to the fish.
Oh, it's up here.
Drag the lock to unlock. Your phone tried to go to sleep.
Steve,
It's your turn.
Um,
I'm building a hut, right?
yeah, I don't think I'll need any of that to go fishing.
And some
Okay.
sticks for making fishing rod.
So it's your turn. So you want to go to the same spot that we're on so that you can do this whole build action.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay in one.
Yeah.
Okay. After hint, combine 2 items to craft a new one. What? Oh, that is it?
Yeah.
Combine 2
Items.
to craft a new one. How would you do that?
Well, you'd scan the sticks and the leaves.
All right.
You gotta press the button.
Craft. Okay. There we go. Now, choose the first
You
item.
keep going into your shadow.
Okay, and okay. You are trying to build a hut using sticks. Ask the professor, haven't you heard the story of the 3 little pigs? You'll need something more sturdy and heavy, or the wind will blow it down. Okay.
Why does it say you're trying to build the hut? Why don't you try and start a fire then?
Okay.
Oh, here, I should have given you the tinder before I left.
Okay. Ask for a hint about your mission.
No, you don't need to do that.
Okay, so now what? Enter?
Oh, does it not let you do anything else?
No.
Okay.
Enter. Enter? No.
Yes, you're ending your turn.
Okay, yes. No, I just thought if I press that, it might give me other options. Okay.
Okay, I want to go all the way up to space 15. Which cost me... Does 2 food or 3 food? Move 1 space to location 2 for free. Pay 1 food to move 2 spaces. Pay 2 food to move 3 spaces. Okay, so 1's free. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. Oh, so I was going to go to 4.
I think I'm right.
Yeah, well, so free. 1, 2, 3. 3 food. Back to the supply. You are on a green meadow by the riverside and come closer to the water. You notice a few big fish fighting for the current. This is a common species in other parts of the world as well, so there's nothing to write down in the wildlife catalog. On the other side of the river, there is a dead tree leaning towards you. it barely standing, and you could only find a way to topple it over the water, you'd have a bridge. Well, that's not going to help me. But we're going to try and use a knife and stab the fish. There's no reasonable use for this item here. Okay. Oh, and then I don't get any other actions.
Okay, my turn.
That's annoying.
Okay, I'm gonna build a fire.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay in one. Yes.
Combine two items into one. How about tinder and sticks? To craft a new one, that would make a fire, right?
I think so.
Okay, tinder. And sticks. Choose a second item. I'm choosing my second item. Hold on.
The QR code is designed to go in the whole square.
You didn't manage to craft anything useful by combining two items.
Oh.
Okay.
So we need a stone then.
End your turn, yes. Okay.
We need a stone then to try and do the whole flinty thing.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I don't have anything to do with the rock, so we're going to move to 14. You hear a faint buzzing to the south. You are standing on a patch of dry land with a deep fissure at your feet. As you come to its edge and look down, you see a faint green glow at the bottom. Dozens of feet below. To the north, there's a river too wide and rapid for you to cross. Use an item. Let's take a telescope to look down into that chasm. When you see through the telescope, the glowing patches at the bottom of the fissure turn out to be fluorescent mushrooms. There are a dozen of feet below, though, so if you want to get to them, you need to find a way to get down the rift. To the south, there is a thicket of plants with giant leaves, and to the southeast, you see many bushes covered with red fruits. To the east and the other side of the river, you see impassable rocks. The other side of the river is definitely worth exploring, but you haven't found a way to get there yet. You're standing at the patch of dry land. Okay, that's my turn. Steve's turn.
Okay, so I can move two spaces for one food.
Yeah. Are you gonna dig up the crabs?
And see if, okay, yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on in there. Okay, two. And do I have a shovel? Yeah, I have a shovel.
There are sandy beaches. There are a few rocks that You are on a sandy beach, and there are just a few rocks scattered here and there. You notice many tracks left in the sand by tiny legs. Each track extends from the sea into the middle of the beach and then abruptly disappears.
Use an item. Let's use the shovel.
Hey, Bobo. You ain't come sit with us? Come here. Come have a seat.
Come on. Why can't I use this? There.
Because you're in a shadow, Steve.
Well, of course it's a shadow. The light's above me.
Go like this then.
And then it's in a shadow again.
Hold it up like this.
Okay.
You're not going to come sit with us, Bobo?
How do we...
You still not get it?
No. Oh, there. You dig up a couple of small crustaceans buried in the sand. You do recognize them as a species 04 from the wildlife count. Well done. Now it's time to give them their name. We're going to call them Gary.
Steve.
No, they're Gary the crab. And Brenda the bird. As an additional bonus, you will have some tasty shellfish for dinner tonight.
Oh.
Okay. Take 2 food. Yay, extra food.
Okay, so that's 3 sources of food then, at least.
Okay. Congratulations, you found a new source of food. All right, and your turn. All right. Yes. All right.
Congratulations, you found the 3rd source of food for your group. You don't need to worry about starving to death, but if you want to travel further inland, you'll need to find more. Try finding 3 more sources of food for a total of 6. You've completed a mission. Put 1 into the box and take 4 from the mission deck. Find 3 more sources of food. My turn. Okay, let's go to the cave then. You hear a faint buzzing to the southeast. You're at the feet of a massive cliff. The wall is so tall and smooth that you could never climb it, even if you had the necessary equipment. There is, however, a large opening in the rocks near the ground, probably an entrance to a cave. It won't be possible to explore it without a source of light, though. Let's see what I see from this spot. The view to the west is blocked by a tall cliff and cave. It's too dark to see anything inside. To the southeast, you can see a thicket of plants with giant leaves, and to the northeast, there's a large fissure in the ground. Well, we already knew that. The night falls over Toriki, and you all come back to your main camp. Move all meeples to location 1. What are we at? We're at 11:30? Okay, we'll do one more round. Your group has found 3 sources of food since your arrival. Well done. Keep looking for more. You didn't manage to build a hut. You spend the night sleeping on bare sand. You're lucky it's not raining. A new day begins. Distribute all possessions.
Do you want sticks and tinder so you can make
And a knife.
a
But I need to
fire?
go find a rock still, I think.
Do you need? Okay. What do I want?
Here, you look for things wherever you go. Although
Okay.
this is a poisonous looking lizard. Oh, so I should keep the poison to attack the lizard.
I use the axe to attack the lizard.
Because that looks like this guy.
Okay, where are you going? Oh, you're going here?
I'm going to go over here. Because you went here already.
Yeah, I was going to go over here.
Okay.
That's 1, 2. Oh, what if I go? What if I just go here to 7 and see what? We'll find out what that is. Maybe it's poison snake.
It looks like a little snake looking thing.
But it's also. Oh, what's this guy up in the tree here?
Well, probably the monkey.
Oh, that's the monkey. Okay, so what's this here? Something in a tree. Oh, this guy.
A little rabbit and squirrel.
That's it. Where?
I don't see this snake looking thing.
Oh, maybe it's in one of these. Oh yeah, let's go here and see the monkey.
Okay, but it's your turn. So,
Oh, it's my turn. Okay.
so how much? I'm going to give me some food because in case I have to use food.
Okay. I'm gonna take. So I'm this guy. Okay. So I'm going to 7.
So you have to spend 1 food.
1 food to go to 7. Okay. So I'm going to 7. Done. Okay. You are in an old forest. As you stand between the massive trunks, you can hear some strange animal noises coming from the dense crowns of the trees above. Ooh, let's use the telescope.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Use an item. Okay. Dense foliage blocks your view in every direction. You can't see any neighbor. The telescope, however, enables you to have a better look at the noisy animals above your head. Their agile bodies and long tails are matching to species number 13 in the wildlife catalog perfectly. What scientific name would you like to give this creature?
Oh, so that was the monkey's. That's the monkey's tail.
Yes. That's Linda. Linda the monkey.
Listen, Linda.
Linda the monkey. And I discovered Linda.
Okay,
But I want to chop down some trees now.
you have to do that next turn.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to move to spot 3. Cost no food. You're on a beach covered in brown rocks. As you come closer, you recognize them as flint. Oh, good. We found flint. Maybe it can be useful. After a moment, you notice a few large lizards basking in the sun on the rocks. It looks like you've confirmed the existence of species number 5 from the wildlife catalog. It's your privilege to give it a scientific name. Collect some flint. Okay, take some flint. Spot 13. Okay, the flint and the tinder will definitely make a fire later. Let's try and kill a lizard with a knife. You sneak up on a lizard and attack it, but you miss. As the animal turns out to be extremely fast and agile, it gives out a loud hiss and then spits a dark corrosive substance at you. That really hurts. You run as fast as you can to the camp, where the professor helps you wash the substance off. Luckily, there's no serious damage, but it looks like you'll be in pain for the next few days. Move your meeple to location 1. Well, good. I wanted to go back to camp, so my turn ends. Steve's turn. You look up at the sky and notice dark clouds gathering slowly over the horizon. It sounds like there's a fair chance of storm tonight. Uh-oh. We still don't have a shelter. We've only got a fire.
Okay, so I'm going to stay there, and I'm going to chop down a tree.
Yeah, maybe logs are better than
What's
twigs.
that? 7? Okay, 7. 7.
Oh, 77.
How do I go back? There. Okay,
Uh,
7. Enter. Establishing massive trunks and hear animal noises, blah, blah, blah.
Use an item. I will use the axe. Ugh. You chop down some trees with your axe. Take some logs of wood, number 15, from your deck. Okay.
Okay, so you probably need to get back to camp so you can build a fire
Okay.
or a thing
Okay,
because we're going to have rain.
Okay, so do you give me the... Yes, thanks.
And then I am
I have
going
the
to
logs and I have the giant leaves.
stay in location 1, combine 2 items. We're going to combine tinder and grinder to get some fire. Da 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 da, smoosh, swoosh, swooshity, swooshy. Oh, the freaking camera died again. Oh, no, there it goes. It's just slow. Fire! Use flint to strike sparks into the tinder. A tiny wisp of smoke begins to rise, and soon after you have a fire. Take special token 3 from the token board. Put it on the designated space on the camp board. Note that it bears a QR code and thus can be used in crafting. As the campfire is the main camp, you can use it only while at location 1.
Find different sources. Oh,
No, we did that. We need this thing. So this thing is a double-sided token board thing. So instead of a punch board, you just pull these out like this. And then you can put them back in here later. So now we have a fire, and it says put it on spot 5. There's no spot 5. Put tinder. Put tinder back into the deck. You've completed a mission. Put 3 in the box. With that one there. You're at the main camp. Here you can craft. Spot 3, I think is what it said. Oh, because it's 3, so it goes on 3. That makes sense. This is a little bent. You are at the main camp. Here you can craft a new and you ask a hint about a mission. Oh, so that's why you scan the QR codes, because that's the hint you want. Okay, now we can end my turn. Yes. Steve's turn. You need to get back to camp. So you need to spend a food and build us a hut.
Okay, and I'm back at 1.
And then I think you probably combine the logs and the giant leaves this time instead of the sticks.
I have combined 2 items into 1. Okay. Okay. Giant leaves. And logs.
It really should turn on the flash. Is there a flash option?
Oh, got it. Okay. Now, ta-da!
Yay! Our logs and giant leaves make us a beautiful little hut.
Okay. Now what does this let me do? You build a single hut from wooden logs and cover it with giant leaves. Now your group has shelter from the wind and the rain. Okay. Take special token 11 from the token board and put it in your designated space on your camp board.
Dun, 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 dun. 11. We got a hut.
Okay.
Put logs of wood and giant leaves back into the item deck.
Okay. Back into our item deck. Okay.
Okay, so 7 and 15. Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations, you completed a mission. Put mission 2 back into the box.
Okay.
Okay, so we still need to find 3 more sources of food. And Steve's turn. It's my turn. But it's going to be nightfall soon.
Did I use that? I think I did.
These look like palm trees. Maybe they have coconuts. So I'm going to spend the 2 food and go to space 5 and hope that there's coconuts. You're on a beach with many coconut trees. Yay! Curious enough, there are no coconuts on them. Darn it. Or on the ground beneath, on the sand. You notice several tracks looking like they were made by round objects dragged into the sea. A bit further inland, there are several wild corn plants with many cobs. The dried hard kernels are hardly food, but you maybe can find some other use for them. Maybe we can make popcorn. Collect some corn.
Feed them to the chickens. You can feed them to the birds and catch
You
the
collect
birds.
a few cobs of wild corn for later use. Take item 17. I'm thinking we make popcorn with the fire. Let's use the knife while we're here, since we can.
Mhm.
The palm leaves are too high for you to cut them with a knife. Maybe you should look for a plant that is not that tall. Okay, fine. End turn. Yes. Night falls over Toriki, and you all come back to your main camp. Move all meeples to location 1.
Okay.
This would be a good time to save. Yes, I would like to save. Enter your current location. Steve is in location 1. James is in location 1. Do you want to end the current mission? Exit to the main menu? What time is it? 11:40? Yeah, we're going to finish that there. As we have made camp and we've made fire. That is Toriki. I actually quite like that. It's a little bit of adventure. That's better than the Mandalorian one that we were doing. That's kind of adventure driven.